Hi, good day everyone. Today my group and I will be talking about video streaming platforms, which we believe are the most powerful and effective form of mass communication in the 21st century. We have platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and even Instagram Reels that have changed how people share information, tell stories, and connect across the world. What makes them so unique is how they blend persuasive power of video with the interactive nature of the internet, giving everyone the ability to inform, entertain, and influence. In our presentation today, we'll explore what VSPs are, how they've developed, why they've become such a dominant force in communication today, and we'll also look at their global impact, how they shape public discourse, and we'll also look at the strengths and the challenges they face.
Okay, so what is a video sharing platform? So, websites that enable individuals and businesses to submit or stream videos live are known as video sharing platforms. After that, users can look for videos by topic or keyword. Both the general public and private invited audiences may be able to access the content on these websites. So, video sharing platforms operate through a combination of social media and multimedia distribution. They not only host video content, but also create online communities where users can engage through comments, likes, and subscriptions.
So today we're going to talk about the history and development of video sharing platforms. So the early stages began in 1997 to around 2004, where platforms such as Share Your World and LiveJournal with video embeds were the first attempts. Share Your World is believed to be the first video sharing platform, and these were very limited due to slow internet and large file sizes, as most early viral videos were spread through email changes due to those complications. However, this changed in 2005 when YouTube launched. So this revolutionized online video because it allowed anyone to upload, share, and embed videos easily. So it adopted a broadcast yourself philosophy, making user-generated content mainstream. However, short-form videos started to really take off in 2013 when Vine launched for iOS, Android, and Windows. So this popularized the 6-second video format and forced creative micro storytelling, as you had to get your point across in only 6 seconds. It really set the foundation for today's short form video economy. That same year, Instagram introduced video support and allowed 15-second videos, and Snapchat launched video sharing for Android, when previously it was only supported on iOS, which caused the platform to reach a much wider audience than it had previously. In 2014, Musical.ly launched, which allowed platform creators to create and share short lip sync videos. In 2016, Douyin launched in China, and TikTok as an overseas version in 2017. So this was an AI-driven algorithm, which was different than what was seen before, and it was based on users' interests, not followers, allowing users to create global trends through sound challenges and memes. In 2018, TikTok and Musical.ly merged under the name and logo of TikTok and quickly took off as it dominated Gen Z and became the fastest growing platform in the world. In 2020, Instagram and YouTube both introduced short form videos, Instagram with Reels and YouTube with YouTube Shorts, and they were both introduced as a direct competitor to TikTok and similar apps. In the modern era, YouTube monetization, when it combines with Google AdSense, creates careers for millions of creators. And TikTok followed in those footsteps with the TikTok Creator Fund, which allows the users with brand deals to turn into global influencers. All of this combined caused short form content to become standard across all platforms.
Okay, so now we're gonna discuss why use or why have video sharing platforms. So, the digital method that makes it possible to save, distribute, and watch videos online are referred to as video hosting and sharing. So, platforms that store videos and enable users to view content without having to download the files are known as video hosting. So their popularity became because of several advantages such as high accessibility and engaging videos, user empowerment, education and informative value, promotion and business development, and cultural and social influence. So now we're going to get into the audience of your video sharing platforms. So firstly, we have your general viewers. And these are regular people who watch videos for entertainment, pleasure, or educational purposes. So, depending on the platform, the age range is frequently between teenagers and your elderly individuals. Secondly, we have content creators and influencers. These are people or organizations that makes videos on a regular basis in order to gain a following. They cover subjects such as fashion, humor, education, gaming, lifestyle, and social commentary. Then we have companies and promoters. So, video advertisements are frequently more successful than text based promos. Companies employ video sharing platforms for advertising, product demos, and consumer involvement. Then we have your teachers and your learners. So, websites like YouTube have developed into unofficial classrooms with open access to a variety of educational resources. Instructors and students use video sharing platforms for lectures, tutorials, and academic assignments. Then we have your activists and your communities. So, video sharing platforms are used by social and cultural organizations to share traditional customs, promote issues, and raise awareness. Now we go into understanding what video platforms do. So, we're going to recognize the functions of video sharing platforms and as they serve as a variety of technological, social, and commercial purposes. So, firstly, we have video hosting and streaming. They offer the infrastructure needed to effectively store and broadcast big video files, to swiftly distribute videos worldwide using a content delivery networks. For example, what we are doing here right now on Zoom. So then we have content discovery and recommendation. This personalization boosts users' retention and watch duration by using algorithms that examine user behavior to suggest similar or popular videos. Thirdly, we have community building and interaction. So, users create online communities through likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions. Direct interaction between audience and creators promote a feeling of community. Then we have monetization and economic creation. So, ads, sponsorships, subscriptions, and products can all generate revenue for creators. Video sharing platforms such as YouTubers and TikTok influencers have helped build their careers by using these platforms. Then, after, we have content regulation and ethics. In addition to reinforcing copyright protection and community guidelines, platforms check and review videos to eliminate dangerous or illegal content. Lastly, we have your cultural influence and communication. So, video sharing platforms are tools for journalism, activism, and social commentary, providing real time access to world events. They also quickly assimilate new cultural forms, trends, and memes.
Now we're going to be talking about key media theories that video sharing platforms use. So one of the first theories that we can talk about is the agenda setting theory. So this explains how mass media influences public perception by prioritizing certain topics over others. The theory proposes that the media's focus shapes what issues are considered important by society. And these platforms influence what people talk about, not just what they watch. So using trending hashtags, pages, and the algorithm boosts, they determine what people talk about, the agenda, such as TikTok trending challenges, which force global conversations. Another theory is the framing theory, which is related to agenda setting, but expands the research by focusing on the essence of the issues rather than on a particular topic. So it suggests that how something is presented to the audience influences the choices people make about how to process that information. So creators shape how an issue is presented through their tone, language, editing styles, music, and visual choices, such as some people saying that you need to focus on your mental health, but others glamorizing hustle culture where your health doesn't matter and you just need to get money. Another theory is the cultivation theory, which says that those exposed to media interpret social realities according to how such realities are portrayed in the media. So heavy exposure to repeated themes will influence how you think in the long term, such as beauty standards, which are shaped by filters and influencers who may have gotten work done, and soft life or gym culture being normalized through constantly getting those videos in your algorithm. The diffusion of innovations theory also speaks about how new ideas, practices, or technologies are adopted within a society over time. So new trends spread rapidly with early adopters and the masses following, and then eventually it dies out until the last couple of people are using it. The two-step flow theory suggests that mass media doesn't directly influence the public. Rather, information first reaches opinion leaders who are more engaged with media, and they interpret it and pass it on to others in their social networks. So this would be messages reaching influencers, and then those influencers talking to their specific audiences, and that will shape how they view the world. The influencers act as modern opinion leaders. The uses and gratifications theory simply says that media users are active participants in selecting and utilizing media based on their individual needs and goals. So they choose whichever platforms to satisfy their needs, such as entertainment, escape, social connection, information, self-expression, or identity building.
Next, we have how video sharing platforms help to reinforce or change ideologies. So firstly, looking at how they help to reinforce. So depending on the apps that you use, such as YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, you may see your For You page having similar material to that of which you view. That is the algorithm, which helps to reinforce the content that you already interact with. These help to reinforce your ideologies or beliefs. Next, we have exposure to people with similar points of views on a regular basis. Similar to the algorithm, if you view a creator who has similar beliefs as you, their beliefs help to reinforce yours as well because of the similarities. Because of this, the bubble of convictions helps to reinforce what you believe. So popular artists frequently use this as gatekeepers of ideology. They use this either quietly or explicitly to help advance social, cultural, or political ideologies. And because you view these creators and you are familiar with their content, their messages seem to be more convincing than those of differing views. Moving on, we have the challenges of ideologies. Users may be exposed to novel or different perspectives through viral videos and popular materials, particularly when artists questions prevailing narratives. So similar to looking at a content creator who shares similar views as you, the second they start questioning their views, you may also do the same. We also have ideological boundaries, which are expanded by global artists and cross-cultural material. So videos can be responded to, remixed, or commented by users, encouraging discussion and reinterpretation. Ideologies may change via discussion, stature, and reinterpretation thanks to the particular Tory framework. So because most apps allow communication within comments, likes, and sharing, we can have many discussions where we share our beliefs and ideologies, and we can help to reinforce others or learn more about others. Similarly, we have platforms that occasionally enable quick changes in ideologies, particularly in the direction of extremism. So by this, when we have information and community endorsement, this can help to affect the way that we see our ideologies and the way that it is viewed. Moving on, we have content analysis. So a vast range of content from activism and disinformation to amusement and education is hosted on video sharing sites, impacting ideological landscapes and public conversations. Their material is highly interactive, algorithmically selected, and dynamic. Some examples include entertainment, such as comedy skits, music videos, dance routines, parodies. Their purpose is to amuse, engage, and to go viral. Platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram Reels use these. We also have education, such as tutorials, explainers, DIYs, guides, academic lessons. These platforms, such as YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, help to teach or inform viewers. We also have activism and advocacy, such as social justice, climate change, political commentary. Apps such as Twitter and Facebook have used these and create movements. We also have a negative, which is misinformation, such as conspiracy theories, pseudoscience, and manipulated narratives. This misinformation is spread widely through various video sharing platforms. We also have personal storytelling, such as mental health journeys and daily life vlogs. These help to build personal connection and authenticity. We also have a few that are not listed, such as user-generated content, such as fan edits, reaction videos, and duets. These help community participation and creativity.
Okay, so now we have the impacts of globalization. And the first point, cultural reach and cultural exchange. Caribbean video sharing platforms have break down geographic barriers. So, for example, a video posted in Trinidad can trend in the UK or even Japan overnight. So we have like Caribbean dance challenges or soca remixes trending on TikTok, exposing global audience to local culture. Then we have cultural hybridization, where local creators mix global trends with native expressions. It's like a blend of global and local culture. So we have like Trinbagonian TikTokers using popular audio trends, but incorporate the various dialects, humor, for like carnival references, for example. We have cultural imperialism, where Western platforms and trends do dominate, but algorithms favor content that aligns with mainstream Western interests. For example, YouTube monetization and recommendation system prioritize English speaking content. We also have globalization of business and advertising. So brands now use these video sharing platforms for international campaigns, sometimes foreshadowing the smaller local producers. So like we have global ad campaigns on YouTube, for example, the one with American Eagle and Gap. The other one is policy and censorship challenges, where global platforms must adapt to local laws, cultural sensitivities, and political pressures. So like, for example, some restrictions in China, right? We have YouTube restrictions in China, and we have some cases you might have like TikTok bans in India. Globalization makes it hard to balance free speech and cultural norms across regions. We have global solidarity and awareness. So despite the challenges, video sharing platforms promote cross-cultural understanding and empathy. Global support for humanitarian causes like Palestine or climate change activism, spreading through various short videos. So globalization through video sharing platforms builds awareness and shared global consciousness. We also have resistance and adaptation. So the local media uses video sharing platforms to reach a diaspora, global audiences, countering a one-way flow. Some examples is the K-pop phenomenon. So from a local Korean industry to a global powerhouse via YouTube. It gives an example of hybridization. And the rise of regional creators. So like for example, Mr. Beast versus Carrie Minati or even Kaby Lim, where we have local creators using a global platform to achieve massive, often localized success. Now, how does this shape public discourse, right? Video sharing platforms have become the new public square where people debate, share, and form opinions. Unlike traditional media, anyone can participate, giving rise to decentralized and participatory discourse. Digital activism and social change. So we have movements like the Black Lives Matter movement or the Me Too movement, which gain visibility through user-generated videos. So video sharing platforms enable social justice movements to bypass traditional media and reach global audiences directly. We have citizen journalism, where everyday people record and share real-time events, offering alternative narratives to mainstream media. So on the ground footage during protests or like natural disasters often appears on YouTube or TikTok before the news could even get time to cover it. It shifts power from traditional gatekeepers to ordinary citizens. Misinformation and algorithmic polarization. Algorithms prioritize engagement, not accuracy, leading to misinformation, conspiracy theories, and digital echo chambers. Public discourse becomes fragmented, where people live in a filter bubble that reinforces their own beliefs. We have emotional persuasion and visual impact. Videos trigger stronger emotional responses than text or radio. Visual storytelling makes messages more persuasive, which is why activism and propaganda alike thrive on video sharing platforms. Influencer culture and opinion leadership. Influencers shape public opinions and trends, often more than traditional journalists or politicians. The rise of influencers redefines who has the authority to shape discourse. Amplification of marginalized voices. Minority communities, disabled creators, and activists gain platforms to share stories that was previously ignored. Video sharing platforms make public discourse more inclusive through visibility, and it still depends on the algorithms and trends.
So now we have some case studies of how video sharing platforms were used to share messages. So first of all, we have the Black Lives Matter movement. So this really kicked off in 2020 with a video of George Floyd being suffocated by a police officer. So this allowed more viral videos of police brutality, which showed undeniable evidence of this police brutality, which fueled the global movement across the Black Lives Matter. So organized protests and shared resources were spread through YouTube and TikTok and various other video sharing platforms. It also had live streams of the protests and other videos of people who decided to take videos of their moments of discrimination with police officers in the USA, which this shows the power of video for citizen journalism and accountability. So we also have, during COVID-19 pandemic, we had educational videos coming out from the WHO, the CDC, and other Caribbean governments showing how to use your mask, facts versus myths, vaccination guidelines. Regular healthcare workers also utilize TikTok, YouTube, videos on Facebook to share the same information and also to thank everyone for their help in keeping everybody safe. It became essential for public health communication, especially in low literacy populations where people might not have been able to read the guidelines, but they would have seen and heard their healthcare workers and governments telling them what they should be doing. We also have the mukbang phenomenon, which started in South Korea. It started on TV, and then it quickly moved to YouTube, which allowed it to expand globally, moving from just Korean influencers and such to a global audience. Instead of just the Koreans doing it, we had people in the US, Canada, Europe, India, all over the world deciding to do this ASMR trend. And it really shows how video platforms can drive cultural hybridization and global trends. The Caribbean cultural spread, TikTok, and these platforms are very useful and influential in spreading our local culture. So Trinidadian, Jamaican, Bajan, Caribbean creators, they can use these short videos to promote our creoles, our Trinidadian Creole, Jamaican Patois, even our indigenous sign languages, share folklore from their islands, from their countries, comedy, carnival traditions. And they also help to boost local music such as road mixes, dancehall, soca. Lots of these soca and dancehall songs have been used in TikTok trends with major celebrities using them, such as Freetown Collective's Feel the Love going international due to TikTok edits, and dancehall and soca challenges gaining global traction.
So some of the challenges. While video sharing platforms have transformed mass communication, they have also faced several significant challenges. One of the biggest issues is misinformation. False or misleading videos can go viral in minutes, spreading faster than fact checkers can respond. Secondly, is toxic algorithms and societal harm, which creates echo chambers and polarization, which reinforces biases and dividing the society. Users are shown only on content that matches their interests or beliefs, reinforcing polarization. We also have the content moderation difficulties. With millions of videos uploaded every day, it is nearly impossible to monitor everything, and platforms struggle to balance free speech with harmful content. The data privacy and ethical concerns. Extensive data harvesting for targeted advertising and algorithmic curation. User behavior is constantly tracked for targeted ads, raising ethical questions about how these platforms really respect our digital rights. These challenges remind us that while video sharing platforms connect the world, they also need stronger governance and digital responsibility.
So here we will have a SWOT analysis of video sharing platforms. So the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So some strengths of these platforms are that it allows for a global reach. So billions of users across all ages can use them, can reach out to other people, and can speak to each other. It has a democratized media, so anyone can create, publish, and go viral. It's not limited to just the elite. It has educational value, so it allows for tutorials, lectures, documentaries, and educational videos to be shared to everyone so that they can broaden their knowledge. It also allows for community building. So shared interests and subcultures and fan bases are allowed to thrive in their own niches. And it is not just one thing being broadcast across all platforms. It also has economic opportunities. So influencers have the opportunity to market for brands. They are allowed to get money from their videos through creator funds and like YouTube and AdSense and the TikTok Creator Fund. However, it also has many weaknesses, as all platforms do. Because it is democratized and anyone can create, there's also an easier way for people to share misinformation and false content because the algorithm will promote anything that has a lot of engagement. So that is also algorithm bias. So it favors sensational, emotional, or controversial content. So even if it may not be true or it may not be the best thing to be watching, if a lot of people are hate watching, as we say, then it will be promoted. This can also lead to mental health risk. So comparison with influencers and other people, also cyberbullying and addiction to the video sharing platforms, as many people are saying that they are addicted to TikTok. There's something called doom scrolling where they are unable to just stop scrolling through all the bad news, and it's not good for mental health. There's also privacy and data issues. So platforms will collect behavioral and location data, often without the users knowing, or buried in the terms and agreements that nobody reads. This can also lead to a shortened attention span. So because short form video is so popular, users will be hooked on short videos, short engagement, and it lowers their deep engagement, and they would rather just fast contact. They need to be entertained immediately, or they don't want to watch it. So some opportunities in video sharing platforms is growth in e-learning and digital education. So we can see, like, during the pandemic, when everyone went online, they went to Zoom. There's also such things as Khan Academy, the chemistry tutor on YouTube, and also several TikTok channels that help teach people things that they may not know. So there's also cultural preservation through digital storytelling. Cultures that may not have been able to tell others what their culture is like, they can now reach a wider audience. Small businesses can also reach wider audiences. So there's also AI-assisted content creation. So if you may not be able to do something, or you're disabled or anything, you can use AI to assist in things that may not have been accessible to you. There's also live stream shopping and digital commerce expansion, another monetary win for video sharing platforms. And some threats, government censorship or regulation. So like was said before, in China, some apps are banned. In India, recently in Nepal, social media was completely banned, and that could be a threat. So that also leads to propaganda and political manipulation. Copyright infringement is another possible threat with video sharing platforms, as if anyone can upload anything, then you can take anybody else's thing and upload it. Platform monopolies could reduce creator independence. So if every app is owned by one, then if you're banned on one, you're banned on all. Data breaches and cyber exploitation is another possible threat, because they are taking your data, so who knows what they're going to do with it, and it might affect you negatively.
In conclusion, platforms for sharing videos have become potent forces for social influence, cultural interchange, and digital innovation. In addition to democratizing media production and elevating a range of viewpoints, they also influence public opinion, support or contradict ideologies, and capture the complexity of globalization. They present problems with disinformation, privacy, and platform control, but they also present enormous potential for advocacy, education, and innovation. We may interact critically with these platforms not just as consumers, but also as knowledgeable participants in a media environment that is changing quickly when we comprehend their development, significance, and theoretical foundation. We just want to thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation, and we hope to have informed you on video sharing platforms. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.